Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I'm going to do your reading for you for the week of February 15th through the 21st. I decided to do some of these live so you can comment as we go along, and they tend to be a little more broad spectrum when I do them live than when they're just individual recordings that I then post. So let's take a look and see at what your general spread looks like. For you, Sagittarius. And don't forget, it's time to gear up for Mercury retrograde starting on the 17th. Thank you for the like, and hello, whoever you are. I see you peeping. I see you looking. I don't know about you, but it started out with a bang this year. It was amazing. And then February, I got sick. Then I got sick with something else. Then I got sick with something else. And then I was cussing like a sailor. So February was not as happy as January. No, February was happy. It was just, took a lot out of me. All right, so let's take a look and see what Sagittarius has going on. Here we go. First thing, 8 of Cups. Ooh, you guys got some love in your life. Look at that shit. Oh my God. All right, so here we go. First thing that comes up is 8 of Cups, then the 9 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 4 of Swords. So the interesting thing that's going on with you, Sagittarius, is this shit's rare. Sagittarius is not all about all of that, you fire little thing, you. I see the 8 of Cups, which things love has been moving fast, and things are picking up in emotions quite a bit more than they ever have before. I am seeing 9 of Cups. Your life is filled with a bunch of celebration. I do see 6 of Cups, which possibly means travel in addition to continued celebration, a vacation of some kind. 5 of Cups. And then you have the 4 of Swords. So here's what's interesting. Like, you can't have a gift without looking at it and wondering at the reason and the recipient and the content and picking it apart. Because I'm seeing this little analytical thing going on with this combination of cards right here. So here's what's interesting. The 4 of Swords references time. So you're feeling a little pressure at this point in your life. So what is it you're feeling pressure about? You have the 5 of Cups. Here's the thing about the 5 of Cups. I call that my suspicion card. That even though you have all these beautiful cards, you have this wonderful energy sitting right here. You have the 9 of Cups, which is celebration, 6 of Cups, little vacations, 8 of Cups, things moving quickly and beautifully and fun. This is like the rapids. Boom, you're going on it and it's exciting and it's fun and things start to pick up a little speed. But here's the thing about Sagittarius. You don't like things to go too quickly. Even though you're a little fire sign, you tend to feel a little bit like you have the suspicion that things aren't going to pan out the way that you want them to, okay? So you're going to look at things a little bit critically. And then I don't know why there's some tension, but let's move forward and see what the other cards are going to tell us about your reading. So Ace of Swords, decision making, the Hermit card, keeping things to yourself, 3 of Swords, miscommunication. So don't screw this up, Sagittarius. This is the 3 of Swords. It's telling me that there is some miscommunication about to come, and Mercury retrograde is playing with us right now. So if you have some information that's coming forward, you have a tendency to keep to yourself. You have a tendency to rely on yourself when it comes to, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't poke and pick and let other people have information. You like to keep things simple, but you are a deep thinker. You don't like people to know that, but you're a deep thinker. Let's soothe this throat, my tea. So definitely you're starting to look at how the stars are aligning for you. You have the star card. So you're starting to pay attention to external, internal, emotional, all of that, like how things are lining up, and you're starting to see these synchronicities, but you're not one that believes it. You're one that relies on data. You like to keep things simple. You don't like to, people making promises they can't keep. You look real careful at what they say, but then what they do they line up? Okay. King of Wands, things shifting for you at work. You're starting to feel like you're in a cage right now. If you notice here, the 8 of Swords feels a little overwhelming. You've got a lot of responsibilities on your plate and not enough money, right? You're working hard. I see King of Swords, so King of Wands, which tells me that you're about to step into some more leadership and you're going to be expected to perform at a higher standard. So expect to find opportunities in this next coming week where you get to step into this leadership, and you'll start to see that it's going to be expected of you. The 8 of Swords, this last little bit, you've started to feel a little frustrated because as you are going through your Finances. Hey, what's up? Welcome. The Eight of Swords is telling us that you're feeling overwhelmed. But here's the thing to notice about the Eight of Swords. This is just because things are moving too rapidly. Sagittarius does not like things to be taken out of their control. You like to be the one to pull back because that's the pause, right? Sagittarius likes to plan, aim, pull back, decide, and then when you're ready, you'll let go. But here's what's true. Things are moving a little too quickly, and you don't like that. You like being able to be on target. So the Eight of Swords references you having things coming from every different direction. And here's what's true. It's like being in a batting cage. Imagine yourself sitting there swinging at these balls. Now, you're knocking them all out. It's not like you're missing anything. It's not like you can really get hurt. It's a controlled environment. Things are great. But things move so quickly in a batting cage that what happens is you don't have a moment. I remember I used to play softball when we would go to the batting cage and you would get one. Boy, you turn around 1 second. You flip around and tell your friends, oh, did you see that? I knocked it out. Well, boom, here comes the next one and it whacks you right in the side of the fucking head. So here's what's true. Eight of Swords. That is you having overwhelm. But here's what's true. If you look very closely at this card, there's no swords above you. So what's true is if it's possible for you to let go of one commitment, let go of one time constraint, let go of one activity, or, maybe let go of the side job that it costs you more to go to than it does to make money in the bank in the long run, and it's stressful as shit. So if you look at the Eight of Swords, imagine being in a shoebox. You ever seen a cat put in a box, or just the mazes that people go in England where they go around? Well, there's no lid on the box, and it just means that you have to think outside of the box and you have to take a break. I know it's almost impossible when you're on a treadmill of life right now, the little hamster wheel, and you're go, 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 and it doesn't seem like you can catch any speed. But here's what's true. This card references that there are options and there's openings and there's movement, but you just don't feel like it because you're so stuck in that batting cage, swing after swing, and you can't take a break to take a look. And that's what you need to do. You need to make a concerted effort at taking a good long look and a focus on these things. Two of Cups. Boy, Sagittarius got some Valentine's love in their life right now. Look at this. You got the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is you having balance in your relationship, speed in your relationship, joy in your relationship. So it's unlike you to have this much relationship energy. However, there it is. Sometimes it's a thing. You can't run away from it, whether you like it or not. Hierophant. So there's some lessons that are going on for you in your life right now, and you're listening. You're definitely playing with your budget right now. You have the Six of Coins. So you're trying to find out where you want to put your money next so that you have money and so that everybody's accommodated. So right now, I also want to mention that as you step into leadership, you have the King of Wands here. So pay attention to those leadership roles. They might even be making you some money. Now, I don't know if you're one of those that are doing their taxes early, but you have the Ace of Coins, which is telling me that there's a surplus of money coming your way. So not only are you going to be able to take a step back and look at the bigger picture so that you can catch a breath and catch a break, so to speak, but you're budgeting, paying attention to how you're spending your money, looking really closely at that because you don't want to repeat some past lessons that got you in trouble. But in addition to that, like notwithstanding the work that you have to do, I am seeing the Ace of Coins, which tells me a surplus of money is coming your way, likely referencing work. So that's a prediction I don't usually do, pointing specifics at a group. But I'd like to hear back from you. Let me know if you have a job offer coming your way or if you have an opportunity that's going to pay you or make things a lot much more lucrative for you. So let's pull some cards from, and also Sagittarius, I just want to say good on you because you have the Star card. That means you're paying attention to the synchronicities in your life. You're paying attention more to your spiritual path and bringing that into play within your life and putting it into your 3D makes all the difference. All the difference. You got some love. Now, speaking of love, let's look at your cards for your love and relationship energy. Now, mind you, this is you in relationship with everybody. So it's not just you having the lovers, because I can't really do a lovers with each Sagittarius with all your rising moon and everything changing signs. This is your typical how Sagittarius is behaving within their relationships right now. All right, here we go. Nine of Wands, fatigue. Page of Swords, impulsive maybe. Sun, celebration. Seven of Swords, a little sneaky. Queen of Cups, fully love. I love the Queen of Cups for you. So this is interesting. So how you're behaving in your relationships. is you've definitely been dragged in a bunch of different directions because I'm seeing fatigue for you. Page of Swords, if you've been impulsive with your family, with your friends, your coworkers, your lover, you've been partying a little bit or doing a little celebration of your own and been a little sneaky, so keeping some things private. I'm also seeing the Queen of Cups. And there again, you have the Three of Swords, which is miscommunication. So Sagittarius, why are you overwhelmed when you have all those cups in your prior general spread, but when it comes into your intimate relationships, I'm seeing that you're feeling, I don't know if cheating's going on with someone or there's a third party, but I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles, which tells me that there is some kind of feeling that you are either being cheated or you're missing out on something. But I also am seeing the Two of Cups, which is love for you, and you're trying to find your way. You're trying to find your way and navigate these relationships. Four of Swords, very typical of you, Sagittarius, to lately anyways, you've got the Four of Swords. So you've been clamming up and not speaking your piece. If you've been isolating yourself, I see you spending a lot of time either on the internet or someone's watching you or you're watching someone else. So interestingly enough, the Three of Pentacles is showing up. So are you a spy? Because I was just talking to Scorpio right before this, and I was seeing the cards that reference the Five of Swords, and then I saw the Seven of Swords and a bunch of other shit for Scorpio, and they were being sneaky. So I don't know if they were having a tendency to watch their lover, watch people, snoop on them, find out the backdoor information. But I also see this might be someone that's looking at you. Not necessarily you doing the snooping, but I'm seeing, Sagittarius, that within your relationships, you're definitely feeling like a burden. You're definitely feeling as if there are certain things that you have to do for others that aren't necessarily what you want to be doing. I'm seeing the Ten of Wands, which is a burden, or all these bands on his back. So you got to remember, pure love comes from being an open, loving place and a full cup. If you're not filling your cup and you're giving from a place of resentment, just know the other party can tell. Okay? Nobody wants a grudging gift or a thank you. I'm sorry, a grudging gift or a grudging apology too. Like the whole thing is, you know, when you have an apology, I used to tell my ex all the time, he's like, well, I'm sorry. You can't throw an apology like a brick. Okay. Just like you can't give a gift of love. That's just like obligatory. Here's a Christmas present just because it's got Santa on it. Merry fucking Christmas. You got to come from a place of love. So I'm seeing that you're feeling a little overburdened in some places. I'm also seeing the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know if you've been spending a little money impulsively, etc. But I'm also seeing that you have, and Maurice, I will be back, Mr. Jones, a little later. So you can ask those questions. So I won't be going too far. But anyways, I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles, which is telling me that we have some impulsive spending on your behalf and you're feeling a little overwhelmed. The Nine, I was going to say 8, but Nine of Cups, I knew it wasn't 8. Nine of Cups references a little overwhelmed. So maybe you've got too many people asking for your attention right now and you're starting to feel this burden and overwhelm. But at any rate, that is for you. But here's the core here. I am seeing the Queen of Cups. You're definitely feeling full with love. You do have the Two of Cups, which is reciprocated in equal measure. I do want to warn you, though, Sagittarius, that miscommunication might be likely for you in this upcoming week, your little forecast. I had to do these like little news show, like do today on Sagittarius. But anyways, Three of Swords is all about miscommunication. So the key to fixing communication is to speak up. I know you're good at that. So anyway, let's pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. Thank you for hanging out with me. I am going to move on to Capricorn after this, so I'm not going too far. So let's pull for you. Can you hear Jameson's snoring? No, now he gets quiet. There he goes. All right, Sagittarius, this is your Divination of the Ancients. My daughter was teasing me for my granny glasses. This is for you, Sagittarius. Are you listening? Ouija board, caution. Ooh. So let's see what this has to say. I don't really like that card all that much, but let's see what the message is. Caution is the message. Back away quietly from this situation, even though an offer may be tempting. Underlying issues have yet to rise to the surface. So this is a reference, okay? We're not doing Ouija. So anyways, it says, before you take any action, and once you've uncovered all the facts, you can decide if you should take the plunge. Like I said, you don't like things moving too quickly. Or withdraw as fast as you can. The Ouija board is a very reliable tool if you know how to use it both correctly and wisely. But if you are in unfamiliar territory, then leave what you do not understand alone. You're invited to pull another card to assist with your next step. You know what? I didn't like that card to begin with, so I like that it's telling us to pull another one. Too many people have judgments on the Ouija card. Personally, I don't use that shit, but within the deck, we're going to leave it intact. So let's see what your secondary card has to say. Knowledge, book. So it's telling you to look deeper. You ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Knowledge. You are absolutely spot on, even if others claim otherwise. You are not mistaken. Stick to what you know and understand, for it is correct. You like being right, Sagittarius? It's important that you stand strong in your convictions, even if others have not woken up to the truth of the matter. Some may come around in time, and even if they don't, move forward knowing that you're right. You right. Make sure you're well read in your chosen subject, as a new and rewarding chapter in your life opens up for you. Gaining fresh information will allow you to be more discerning. Make sure you read between the lines in any given situation and trust that which you know and follow it to the letter, for all that you have learned serves you well. So here's your incantation for the week, Sagittarius. Ooh, and then there's another message underneath that too. I stand my ground with what I know, for 'tis the truth and not for show. I've studied hard and know what's right. This leads me to my path of light. The bottom half says, keep what you know to yourself for the moment. Your knowledge in this matter will take you far. You know more than those who oppose you on this, and share your passion for knowledge with others. But anyways, keep what you know to yourself for the moment. Your knowledge on this matter will take you far. But here's what's true. You typically do that anyway. And we did see that with the Hierophant, and we saw it with the Hermit card in there, where you were definitely keeping your own counsel. You're good at that, Sagittarius, so keep on keeping on. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Karma. If you want a one-on-one with me, come find me at karmaondeck.com. I do have a few slots for this afternoon. If you want to jump on there, that's great. Stick around. I'll be doing some lives later where you can do Q&As for this weekend. Meanwhile, catch me on the flip side. Let me know where you are in the world. Like, subscribe, and share so I can stick around a little longer. And blessed be. See you next week.